Alright, now we're ranking the kills in Friday the 13th, Part 5. And we have 19 placements. I'm not including Neil and Les because that was a dream, and that doesn't count. Sorry, if you really like pokers to the neck and machetes to the gut, but I'm not including them because no one died. And I know no one really dies because these aren't snuff films, but like, it has to, like, I'm not gonna count that. So, yeah. And also, obviously, I'm not counting Pam at the end because that didn't even really happen. He woke up right after that. That was a dream too. And they imply he might have also attacked her, but I don't think he did. So, and even if he did, whatever. It's my list. Fuck off. So number 19 is Duke, and I don't expect you to know who the fuck that is, but basically Pam opens a door to an ambulance, and Duke falls out with his throat slit and gum. And the rain washes a lot of the blood away, and it's off-screen kill with a character we've met once and we don't give a shit about. Number 18 is Anita, who also gets her throat slit off-screen. Demon's in the shitter, opens the door, sees Anita with her throat slit. More likable character, a little more screen time, but it's basically the same thing. Off-screen throat slit. A lot of the kills in this movie are off-screen. That's why it has such a big body count, and most of the kills are pretty fucking lame in this movie, honestly. But number 17, Matt, who is found pinned to a tree with a railroad spike in his head. One thing I will note is that I do enjoy the fact that our Final Girl circuit, where the Final Girl finds corpses of past victims, is mainly people we haven't even seen die. It's a cool way to inflate the kills, I think. If you're gonna have a bunch of off-screen kills, doing that's fun. Like, we all love it when Alice finds Annie and Steve and all that stuff, and it's a good callback, but in this way, like, now we're finding the body with her, and I think that's cool. I like the idea of the railroad spike in the head, but it's off-screen, and who gives a shit, you know? I mean, we're not here for off-screen kills, you know? I mean, a couple, but Jesus. Anyway, number 16, Raymond, another guy that I don't expect you to know, but basically when Tina and Eddie are fucking, he comes across them and then gets stabbed in the gut with a machete and doesn't even scream and dies immediately. And there's hardly any blood, and it's a nothing character, and if the character doesn't mean anything, the death doesn't mean anything, and it's not very graphic either, so... Number 15 is Jake, who gets hit in the face with a cleaver, and we kind of see the aftermath later with, like, a wound that's not bleeding when he's in Robin's bed, but I don't really count that as part of the kill anyway, and even if I did, it doesn't really help much. All we see is his face go, oh, and a cleaver come down, and that's it. And it's, I basically count that as an off-screen kill, even though, I don't know, maybe it isn't, maybe it is, it's stupid. The whole impact is off-screen. The character was okay, but, like, again, just off-screen kills. And when I'm going from worst to best, you're gonna hear me repeat off-screen quite a bit in this one, obviously, so sorry about that. But, yeah. Number 14 is George. Grandpa George gets the Brenda treatment thrown through a window, only now he's not having his eyes, and I think that is cool. I always love it when they do the window gag. Like, I loved it when they threw Rick through the window. I love it when they throw Rob through the window, but those aren't kills because we see them die before that happens. But with Brenda and George, that is their kill, them being revealed dead, thrown through the window. And I do enjoy this as George's kill, maybe more, just because his eyes are gouged out, and that's more brutal and more direct, as opposed to just vague bruises and blood. I don't know. Moving on to number 13, and I didn't do this on purpose, because then my list might be inaccurate, and I'm not going to do that, but ironically, almost, 13th place is Roy Burns, so the killer got 13th place. That's pretty cool. Yeah, no, he just kind of, like, yeah, his wrist gets hit with a machete, but then he just kind of falls on spikes, and it's very, like, clearly a dummy, and it's not very impactful. It's kind of anticlimactic, honestly, and he just kind of falls on it. And, like, it's not that great of a kill, and, it lands there. Number 12 is Pete, who just has a very generic throat slit from the backseat of the vehicle he's in, and I don't know. He's not a very likable character. Um, the song he sings beforehand's not very good, even if it's so bad. It's kind of funny, but it's not really that funny, even for that. But the throat slit itself is really what I'm ranking here, and it's pretty bad. Number 11 is Violet, who gets picked up, and then a pillow inside her shirt gets stabbed. It's pretty obviously a pillow. There's not really even any blood. And I think the worst part is that, like, the kill that she would have gotten would be top tier of this movie, because she was supposed to get stabbed in the vagina. And, like, Andy got hit in the dick with a machete in 3. Paul got stabbed in the dick with a spear gun in 4, and then it got fired off in him. In 5, they're going to stab a woman in the vagina, but they're like, no, can't do that. It's like, that's a little sexist. But for what we do have, it's meh. It's not great. Number 10, we got Robin, grabbed by the neck and then stabbed through the bunk bed. We don't really see at any point the machete and her make contact. We just see her face and then the machete get pushed up and then pulled down with blood. And I do like the shot of the machete getting pulled down with blood, but again, it's like all of the like gore and all of the impact is off screen, and like that's not what we're watching these fucking movies for, man. Like, I mean, come on now. Number 9 is Ethel, who gets hit in the face with a cleaver, and while we don't see like gore, there's at least blood, and I like when she like falls into her own stew and crushes the tomato. I like that it's through the window, which, you know, taking hints from other movies in the franchise of giving the weapon weight before it hits them. And again, unlike Jake, there's actually blood in this kill. Number 8, Billy. Very bad prop head, but the idea of the axe to the back of the head's still pretty fun. I like the face he makes as he's getting hit with the axe. Pretty cool kill, but like the head could have been better, but like an axe to the head's pretty cool. I mean, we're getting better as we go, obviously, this being a ranking. Number 7, we have Joey, the inciting incident, killed by Victor Fadden, axed to pieces, mostly off screen, but we do get to see him all chopped up when the Roy and Duke come. And, you know, that barely helps, but, like, it is mainly off screen, but, like, the whole, like, if you're watching this for the first time I watched it, when it happened, I just started laughing. Because I'm just like, what? Because, like, I read the plot on Wikipedia before I saw the movie. So I knew Joey died and that's why Roy was killing people. But they were not very specific on, like, the events of it when I read I didn't know it was that, like, just, like, he just offered you a candy bar and just immediately snap and just fucking murder him because he's annoying, and like, it's just so, like, broad daylight, like, not a reasonable or like there's no, like, the reason to kill him was not there, and it was broad daylight, and just with the like the vibe of the movie, I just started laughing. I thought it was funny, and it's very shocking, but yeah. So that's that kill. And at number 6, we have Lana, hit in the chest, stomach chest area with an axe. Yeah, we actually see weapon in body for a minute, so that's cool. Most of these kills, that part's not on screen at all. So that's really what lifts this kill up. It's a very low bar we got here in this movie. I like the shot of her on the ground with the axe in her, but, you know, the axe hitting her, that part was cool too, I guess. And now we're in our top 5. And at number 5, we got Vinny, probably the most inventive kill in the movie. Road flare in the mouth. That was pretty cool. I don't know if it would kill you, but a lot of things that people die of in these movies probably wouldn't kill you. So, I don't know. That was a cool kill. I liked that one a lot. And, yeah. Sorry I don't have a lot to say. I'm also not wanting this video to be long as fuck, so that's also part of it. Number 4, we got Junior, head cut off with a cleaver. Way better fake head than Billy. It's also a full-blown decapitation. I love the idea that like he barely had to swing because the motorcycle was doing most of the work. I love the way it's shot, the build-up to it. Like how annoying the character is, but like how hilarious. He's annoying, but he's hilarious. Like, I don't know, the way it happens, like, you're glad to see him go, but at the same time, you're like, well, the movie just got, like, 20% less funny. And then when Ethel dies, it's like, the movie just got 50% less funny. So, yeah, I don't know. And at number 3, we got Demon, one of the most likable characters in the movie. Ooh, baby, you know, the guy. Yeah, stabbed in the knee with a fucking spike, and then stabbed through with a spike in a shithouse, no less. And, gotta be not very many worse places to go. But, I like the acting of it. I like how much spear goes through him. That was pretty cool. And again, we actually see impact on 2 occasions in this kill. Once when the spike hits his knee, and then once when it comes through him. And there's not a lot of, like, weapon in-body shots in this movie. It's a lot of afterwards or around it. And, like, that's pretty fucking annoying if you're a slasher fan and you're trying to watch a fucking slasher movie. But here we are. Gotta rank all the Friday kills, and Part 5 happened. And I enjoy Part 5. I love how sexy it is, and I love how sleazy it is, and I love the storyline. But I also think part of the execution of some of the ideas they had were pretty fucking stupid, and a lot of the kills fucking suck. So you can take what you can get. Now we're in our top 2, and most people would probably put my number 1 at their number 1, so it's not really shocking when I say Tina's number 2 with the shears in the eyes. And again, all the impact on that is off screen, but the part that really drives this kill up is when we see Eddie find Tina and we see the wound. That was badass. I like how that he's smart enough to not scream immediately, because most people would scream, but that would alert the killer to their presence, but Eddie's just silently shocked, and I kind of like that touch. Not really a part of why the kill's this high, but I just thought I'd say that. And of course, Eddie with the belt strap around his head and getting his head crushed is my number 1. Obviously, it's, like, second most inventive kill. I mean, I think the flare in the mouth is pretty inventive, but definitely the best executed kill and, like, the best idea for a kill in the movie. I think it's awesome. So that's the ranking of the Friday the 13th Part 5 kills. Try to get through that quickly as possible because there's, like, twice as many placements as the other lists, but yeah, no. Here we are. Yeah. Catch you later. Like, subscribe, and all that bullshit.